It is Tuesday, February 11th. Oh my God. Another day where I did tons of stuff. More stuff than I had actually had planned. Yesterday, as I talked about early, I got started on the genres. So we have all this crime stuff now over here in its way of all this horror stuff ready to get put away. Not anywhere near done, complete, not really made sections, but a step closer, and therefore was able to clear up space here and make a little modern time issue, all our Ernie Cologne. Another update. Yeah, well, Joe, here's the problem. If I didn't update now, I was going to have the window of opportunity of missing all the things, showing off all the new books. Oh, I spent a humongous part of today getting these boxes that you can't see together. I had one box and a half, maybe box and a small box of stuff for a book return. And I've been holding off really going through it. I've been pulling stuff out as I moved it for one of the distributors that allows returns. And today I went all in. Today I got 3.5 boxes full of returns, some large boxes. Joe, those are the sort of boxes that I use when I need to ship you like $450 worth of books. So 3 of those boxes, as well as a small box. That's a lot. Speaking of a lot, we do have a nice number of new books. Nowhere near as much as yesterday's new books, but let's look at them. We've got Brianna Lowenstein's Raised by Ghosts, which is a beautiful, beautiful Ellic book. How do I even want to say this? Fictional story about family trauma. Really amazing. We've got Kieran Gillen's The Power Fantasy, which is Gillen and Casper Weingart. If you don't know Casper Weingart, he's tremendous. Basically, Kieran writes in the first issue that he got given this job, Immortal X-Men. Look at the picture, right? He's finishing up Jonathan Hickman's gigantic run on X-Men. He's making Hickman's X-Men wrap up. And he was thinking while he wrote it, okay, but what if this really happened? What if it wasn't Marvel? It wasn't re-continuity, reset, blah, blah, blah. Everything happened, nothing happened, but everything actually happened. Real world. Okay, so first thing you got to do is you par down. There aren't countless mutants. There's going to be 10 people with powers in the whole world, maybe. And from that, he got the Power Fantasy. Power Fantasy takes place nowadays when there have been about 10 or 15 super-powered individuals, really super-powered individuals, Omega-level mutants, let's say, in the world since the 60s. It's really well done, and like so many of Kieran's books, that's why we got so many of them, even though it's Image, so many of Kieran's books. It's $10 for the first 5 issues in a trade. Tremendous, wonderful stuff. The Yoshiyama novel of Musashi has come back into print. This was put in print about 2 or 3 years ago, and just did amazingly well. It's illustrated by Inku. But this is the amazing novel of the life of Musashi. Has not been in print for a couple years. We got a few copies. The Otaku Love Connection. This is a really cute book about nerds. All right, Joe, I'll give you a power fantasy about nerds falling in love in Japanese culture. The latest Aya, Margaret Aubry and Clement Aubry's Aya Faces the Music. We have Aya Claws out, which came out 2 years ago. These were put on pause. I said claws last time, but this was put on pause many years ago from Jordan Quarterly. They finally started bringing them out again. Judd Winnick's Bread and Butter, Hilo. Hilo number 11. That is the 11th volume of this series. This series started before I opened my store. Far Sector gets a nice deluxe edition. All 10 issues of Far Sector in a beautiful hardcover. We also have a cheap $10 edition if you'd like it. The next Richard Corbin collection, Den, Volume 5. Some really incredible Den stuff in here. If you like Corbin, you'll enjoy it. Chip Zdarsky's Public Domain 2. I have to tell you that I feel bad. I feel bad that we don't push public domain. We don't push public domain anywhere near as much as we should. It is a tremendous series. Chip is doing some of his best work I think he's ever done. He's killing it on this dark humor. And the second part of it, if you like the first part, you read the first part, and you went, oh, it's cute. I like it. The second one really creates story. It really, in a way that most books about making comic books don't. It discusses the different parts that go into comic book making. Really tremendous. Definitely worth a read. Department of Truth, Volume 5. This one's filled with guest artists doing famous conspiracies that happen, including the JFK story, which is, of course, central to Department of Truths. Very, very fun. And Give Me Liberty! This is a wonderful book made by by Gilbert Shelton, the creator of the Feek Brothers and a few other things. It is a quick history of the American Revolution, told quite humorously, but very heavily researched. So that's just been re-released back in a gigantic size, which I think was once printed in a size that big, ever since it's been printed as comic books. But that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books, one of which is a novel. Okay, so we've got 11 books. Tomorrow we get a lot of single issues, including the new One Nation Under Doom starts. But before that, I'm going to point out 2 other single issues that are out today that are as important. We've got Gendo Cybene 3. Gendo Cybene is Sarah Horrocks' magnum opus. Take everything that she's done in all of her other books and just ratchet it up a zillion. It's the year 3077, and Gendo Cybene is a pill that allows you to change your gender. That is quickly made illegal, and only outlaws use it, and the cops are after them. It has got to be one of the best homages to the 90s insane action manga, while also being incredibly modern and thoughtful satire. Sarah, no one's like Sarah. No one is making comics like Sarah. I can't even begin to sing her praise as much as I'd like to. And then we've got Agatha, A Tale of Three Witches, the Headlopper prequel book that was kickstarted this summer by Andrew McLean. He also kickstarted Snarlagon, which we just restocked. Definitely highly recommend Snarlagon for anyone who enjoys the old 50s monster movies. And Agatha will be put aside if you get Headlopper from us in trade or single issue. I think I'm just going to give it for people who get single issue, because trade will probably have this story in it in the next Headlopper trade. But absolutely wonderful little bit of story that makes the Headlopper world work better. If you're looking at this and wondering what this little new display is, what the section is, why I'm not showing it off, it's because it is a temporary new section, so I'm not showing it off. It hopefully will be gone before the end of next week, because my goal right now is not to have the shop done by then, but to have all the things that I know are going to my garage out of here in time for the 23rd craft workshop. We're having a crafting workshop here. I've mentioned it a few times. Amber Brewer, a self-publisher that we love, is coming, and she's going to teach kids ages 8 to 16 how to make, what was I saying? How to make a zine. What I was really impressed with, what I was really happy with, is that they dropped off the schedule events for this Huntington Arts Week, and it's really something. It really is. These are behind the desk so that I can hand them out. Look at this. We got a whole little pamphlet. It's got the date on it. The 2025 is a little messy, but we've got schedules of events all over Huntington. Every day, there we are. Make your own zine at Escape Pod Comics. But that day is the busiest day. Tons of stuff going on. All the way through Wednesday the 26th. It's pretty freaking cool. I'm really proud. I spoke to Nora from Ben & Jerry's, who's really running ahead on this, putting it together. And if we can do more events like this and more stuff like this here, it would really be wonderful for the town. It would be great for my business. I'm not showing off all of our changes in piecemeal. I really don't want to do that. I'd like to keep big reveals for when sections are really, really done. But I did do, beyond packing up all those books that I showed you, I did do a lot of rearranging, including that little temporary spot came from somewhere. So that got moved. Definitely come in this week. Stop by if you're local to see the changes I've made. We've got those great books. I've got more Marvel single issues coming tomorrow. I would love to say that I've got more DC single issues coming tomorrow, but our DC single issues are delayed. They seem to be stuck in Canada. They finally started moving today. So we should have those hopefully by the end of the week. And everything from Diamond Distributors whenever. If you want me to hold you a One Nation Under Doom, we did order very heavily on it, but a lot of people added it. So please let me know. And, oh, you know what's out tomorrow? Very exciting. We'll look at it tomorrow. Jeff has been reprinted yet again. It's Jeff. Volume 1 and Volume 2 are back in print, and we ordered pretty heavily on them. Until we look at all those new issues tomorrow, remember, damn it, babies, you gotta be kind.